gold, gear, ability materials, trading materials, all things that we are limited on. I am Dogbert. I have hoarded these materials. I have built the character, and together we shall find out, is this character worth it? Hello and welcome to Worth It. Today we are looking at Gambit, the biggest cash grab Scopely has done inside the game, because everybody wanted Gambit to come to the game. So let's take a look at him and whether or not he is worth it or not, and what I suggest. And I also have some DD3 footage so you can see what I am basing my recommendations off of what I saw. Maybe you can see something different that I didn't. Who knows? You can see that at the end. So first we got to look over his pros. As always, he does have good survivability, dropping into stealth when he goes below 50% and giving himself evades gives him pretty good survivability. He does have a lower mini unique cost to gear, only needing 36 to go up to like a gear 15 or a gear 16. The bad part is, of course, he needs lots of SBCs to go from 12 to 15, that being over 2,000. He does apply heal block on his basic, and he does that passive ping at the end of every enemy turn. That does put heal block as well out. He can heal himself, again, goes back to the survivability thing. When he's in that stealth, he gets 50% drain. So and then of course he pings, so every time an enemy ends the turn, he pings them, and he does gain back some health, and does heal himself up. He also gives X-Men allies 25% health, and plus his team an additional 25% health on top of that. So he's going to give them a lot of health as long as he's with other X-Men. And he also has an ability block on his special, something that we don't see a whole lot, that has been severely lacking on, say, mutants, for like that boss node in the mutant raids. Which now brings us to the cons on him. He is quite slow, at least it's outside of Cosmic Crucible. We don't know exactly how he's going to be. He does get some more speed ups in Cosmic Crucible, but outside of it, he's pretty slow. His passive ping doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Even though I only have him at 2-2, there's other people that have him at 4-4, 5-5. He just doesn't do a whole lot with that ping. It just doesn't hit very hard. His ultimate, probably his best move, is a long cooldown. This seems to be an entire problem with the entire Unlimited X-Men team, is these incredibly long cooldowns, which is keeping them outside of probably Cosmic Crucible, to be usable. And unfortunately, the ultimate also only applies disruption. It requires to have 3 or more X-Men allies. It means you need a team essentially of him plus 3 other X-Men allies to make that work. That means something like Dark Dimension, probably not going to work. He is a global character. I don't think you're going to have 3 other X-Men in there, especially when you talk DD4, DD5. And the special ability block, on that special relies on him having charge. What this actually does is it makes you not hit that special ever until you really want to apply that ability block. Because the minute you hit that special, it's going to use up that ability block, and he only gets 1 charge outside of Crucible, only 2 inside of Crucible. That is a big negative, because now you can't use the special, which does more damage than the basic, because it can hit multiple enemies that if they're all grouped up. It would be great if you could just keep using that whenever you wanted to, unless you want to use the ability block early, but you might need to save it or something later. And he really needs to just be on a team of just X-Men. Again, this is another problem. It's okay right now in Raid, if you were to build him up enough to go in there and take him into the mutant lanes, because that is generally X-Men you're using, but outside of that, there's just not a whole lot. He would have to really be on his team, and we're talking Cosmic Crucible. So, is Gambit worth it? Arena? No. He's not used in Arena at all. Raids? Maybe for the boss node inside of a raid. I don't see much other use for him. We have better options right now. The only reason why you'd use him on that boss node is for that ability block. Cosmic Crucible? Probably once we had the full team. We don't have Rogue yet. We don't really have the full team, so we really don't know what they're like in Cosmic Crucible. We don't even know what he's like in Cosmic Crucible as making this video, because we haven't been able to bring him in there, and we have no way of testing. Dark Dimension. No. Just flat out no. The reason being, he really needs to be, again, on that full X-Men team. Even if you say, oh, let me bring him to Dark Dimension 3, you maybe get away with a little bit more in there, because then you can bring characters like Morgan Le Fay to team up with him, who just makes the global notes easier. But if you want an X-Men character like Jubilee, Legendary, yeah, you can work on Dark Dimension 3. Not going to work in Dark Dimension 4 and 5 when they don't have it. Oh, you want to pair him up with Rogue? Sorry, Rogue's a Legendary. Won't work in DD4. Won't work in DD5. So that leaves you, the other X-Men. Even if you wanted to go Phoenix, again, Legendary. The only other really good X-Men maybe for Dark Dimension would be Beast, because of the healing he does. But he doesn't clear the debuffs off of him. He would only give him his ultimate offense up, and he would just do a regular heal to him, wouldn't clear debuffs. And after that, who else do you bring? Because you need 3 other allies to really get him going properly. Otherwise, you're just going to have him sit there and ping, and his ultimate's not going to do as much as it could with like that disrupt, which would come in handy with a lot of tanks and stuff around in Dark Dimensions. So, no. So my suggested level in gear, I'm going to put a star next to this. Only level 75 gear 14. If you care about his team for Cosmic Crucible and you want to take that risk, go ahead and gear him up. Don't gear him up for Dark Dimensions. He's not worth that at all. Honestly, most people probably should just leave him on the bench for now. Wait until we see Rogue stats even and how the team plays out, and then build him. You don't need to buy him now. You don't need to build him now. The offers are atrocious. This is just the epitome of fuck you, pay me from Scopely again, taking advantage of a major cash grab. So I'm sorry to say he's better left on the bench right now. Sorry, people. Anyway, you can take a look at my Dark Dimension 3 footage of him. I stopped at Note 7 when he finally died. Remember, he is only 2-2 in this video, unfortunately. But would have probably had a little bit more survivability, but overall, you can see he's just not worth it. Till next time, everybody.